Selamat siang lagi. Saya Chris dari Malaysia. So I'm very pleased that I have the opportunity to speak to you. But unfortunately, I won't be using Malay. Yeah, but I really like coming here. I like the food here and everything. So without further ado, just a little bit about myself. So I work primarily with FSI, which stands for finance industry. So basically, one of few challenges, as you know, everything is moving to cloud native now. So in order to better understand what is cloud native, how many things that cloud native is very easy. Okay, I don't know if this is because you are not, yeah, shy lah. Everyone is a bit shy. So yeah, I was a developer. So in the past, we always develop on the one machine, deploy, even develop on the machine itself, the server, we call it. Everything is so simple. How many of you feels that things are becoming more complicated, if you have been developing for many years? Anyone feels that things are becoming more complicated now, cloud native and so on and so forth. Yeah, because there are so many microservices, we call it, there is a need to actually understand how some of these things are actually working. Yeah. So observability is actually a tool that we call it data telemetry. You actually collect many of this information through a platform, be it a log services. We centralize all the logs into one place, so everything can be tracked and also checked from within. So with observability, basically, it allows you to integrate everything into one single place. So everyone can actually come into the same place, yeah? Your ops team, your DevOps, your developer, everyone can go in and be able to actually understand the platform a lot better, yeah? So with that introduction, I will also share a bit about the current trend. Yeah, what everyone has been doing. Yeah, this is not what I claim, but it's actually from the Observability Trends report. Yeah, so few things that has been happening right now. Observability basically is actually extending across the entire software lifecycle. Basically, it means that when we do the build, the deploy, the planning and everything, yeah, observability is becoming a part of the entire DevOps lifecycle. So you are expecting to see more and more observability in your current development. Yeah. So actually, that actually builds into your development lifecycle platform, your entire lifecycle. Actually, will impact how the whole thing actually integrates with the current way of doing the DevOps. Yeah. So actually, according to there are almost 88% of the IT organization actually thinks that observability will become more and more important. Yeah, so that just suggests that how observability can actually help you to actually make better use of your DevOps and lifecycle. Yeah, some of the complaints about using the observability is that the price, yeah, is somewhat complex. Yeah, there's a licensing model. Each of the server that you deploy, you actually need to pay for license. So there's some complicated matters. Yeah, that actually deters many actually adopting it. So that has been one of the major discouragement for not using it. But yeah, we have some solutions. So stay tuned. Yeah, container observability, about 88% of the organization actually finds that more and more are exploring Kubernetes. Yeah. So in the past, yeah, we've been doing things in the more traditional silo manner, but because of the cloud native, yeah, so container observability has becoming a trend that actually catch up. So container, the observability need to understand what's happening within your container, not just in the past in the infrastructure level, at the server level, but also at the container level. It needs to be able to understand exactly what's happening. Yeah. So with that, yeah, with the telemetry data, we'll be able to promote collaboration. So imagine in the past, yeah, everyone works in a silo, nobody knows what's happening. Yeah, if you want to understand what's going on, you probably have to ping the other using some tools. Yeah, but right now the tools actually provided for you, so the team actually able to understand the environment a lot better, so you can actually collaborate with each other. So yeah, regarding the APM, this is the stack that we actually offer. This is called the ARMS, or stands for Application Real-Time Monitoring Service. So what it actually promises is actually to provide you a platform that actually can work not just within Alibaba Cloud, but also with the other cloud providers as well. Hopefully you are not using the other one, but I know that things can happen if you have a hybrid model, for example, that you have on-prem and also on cloud. You can actually integrate it together with this platform because it actually works just the same way. We provide a comprehensive from infrastructure level to container level, and then in the past, most applications will focus on the application monitoring. So there is another important component that mostly forgotten, is the browser or the front-end monitoring. So in order to be able to understand what's actually happening at the web application side, we need to actually look at the browser. The browser will be able to tell you a lot of information, because if there's an error or if there's a slow load time, there's no way that you can understand it just by looking at your application log, because your users actually is experiencing a slowness or a problem, so we need to actually look at both application side and also the browser side, and that actually gives a more complete picture of what is happening, So so basically the solution provides you a complete picture of a full full stack that actually covers from front to the back. Okay, so this is something that Gartner has put together in 2022. We have actually gone through the exercise, and we are proud to be recognized as one of the top niche player that's actually ranked within this region, together with some of the many players that you probably recognize. One of the things that we've been highlighted is that the completeness of our solution. We are able to cover not just on the application side, but also on the front end, and also have the capability to provide you to simulate some of the traffic. If you want to be able to test your application is actually working correctly, there is a simulator that actually we create that helps you to create some of this traffic, to test out your environment. So the completeness of the solution has been highlighted as one of the important factor that actually give us a good ranking within this Gartner. And we also work with external and internally. External with third-party tools, and because of the system is based on open telemetry, it actually supports many of the tools that's actually available outside and not just within our ecosystem. Of course, the internal ones, like the one that you expect from cloud services, be it Kubernetes, ACK, all those are supported as well. So we do provide a strong ecosystem that actually works with many of the programming languages that you will be expecting as well. And last but not the least, price is always a concern. So we understand that you want to be able to have something that works, but not at a very high price, right? We want things that actually give value. So we understand that. So one of the key highlights is that the price will be pay per use. You will not need to actually pay upfront or buy a big license, that you are not even sure whether you're going to use. So you're only paying for what you use, as usual, as you would expect, right? So as mentioned again, we cover from the application monitoring to the browser monitoring end to end, and also the synthetic monitoring basically gives you the capability. You want to be able to fire your load from anywhere. You want to simulate load. Many of the users coming to your website, at the same time. So this actually gives you the extra capability to simulate that. And this is the overview for front-end monitoring. So imagine in the past, when user experience, when you deploy a new app, you want to be able to quickly know, is my user having any issue? Whether they are any JavaScript error, how do you tell in the past? It's always, you are probably the last person to know, right? I remember in the past, I supported some of my users, they will always be just telling me I'm the last person to know. No, I actually don't know until they tell me, right? You do not have a full visibility of what's happening on the user side. That's a common complaint, yeah, because we do not collect all this information upfront, yeah. So given that everything is actually now digital, yeah, we run businesses online, services online. This actually give us a first-hand view, yeah, immediately. Yeah, there are JavaScript error of this number of percentage. The API call is actually working correctly, yeah, as expected. As you can see, it's 100%. How many users are actually, how many errors are actually happening right now? Yeah, basically you will get a real-time, near real-time information. Yeah, if you see spikes, yeah, that means something is actually happening at the back. Yeah, it's probably time to look at whether there's any error that's happening. Yeah, you can actually look at the logs and also the telemetry, yeah, to be able to actually respond to it immediately. All right. Yeah, yeah, as you can see, in order to give a best experience from your users, we need to understand how they are loading the website, right? So this information will give you the exact information that you need, yeah, how long it actually takes for the users to actually load. You can look at the peak time to tell you how long the user is actually taking to actually load the entire web page. And also you can drill down exactly what is the process, yeah, within the JavaScript that actually can tell you exactly how long it's taking, and so you can actually do a lot more and to troubleshoot right into your application. So this is the JavaScript error diagnosis. So you can actually have the same view of what and when the user is actually experiencing issues in the JavaScript. So you can actually quickly diagnose and understand where the issues are. Yep. So moving on is the application monitoring. So what application monitoring allows you to do is probably be able to quickly, yeah, understand how your microservice, yeah, be it a microservice or a traditional siloed application, you'll be able to have a 3D view of how the core stacks are actually happening from the front end to the controller to your database. Yeah, you can have a view of how the flow actually is working and how long each one is taking. So actually that even come with a 3D view, yeah, to picture it so that you can actually have a glance without knowing anything, yeah, or yeah, you just took over a new application and these applications was written by someone else. You're basically just maintaining it. So with this tool, you're able to quickly see how each of the core graph actually happening. So you do not need to study the code, line by line, trying to understand exactly how the call is being made. So this tool will be able to quickly give you that view so that you can quickly see how the flow is happening. So also it captures abnormal and slow transaction, discover all your APIs. Yeah, if there's any API that is actually making a call, yeah, it will be able to keep track of it and be able to show to you if there's any error or slowness. Yeah, and the best thing is that actually it works with yeah, any cloud. Yeah, it actually works in different environment as well. Yeah. Okay, so in terms of application monitoring, you will be able to understand your applications, your different microservices that's running within your environment. You'll be able to know yeah, how many requests coming in, whether any response time, is it actually within your expectations? Yeah, and are there any errors? Yeah, and if the GC actually is actually doing any garbage collection, if it's actually doing too many, that means your environment probably you are not allocating enough memory, right? So all this thing can be actually is displayed, yeah, just without you having to log in to the machine at all. Yeah, so you can also study the slow SQL, yeah, to actually see, and it will be able to tell you exactly what is the statement of the SQL that actually is slow. Yeah, and application events, yeah, basically if you're actually encountering availability issues, yeah, you actually show you as an event here. Yeah, so you can know that exactly what's going on within your application. So this is one example of how the microservice is actually being created. So you can see that This three microservice is being called at the same time, but the third one is actually not being used at some point. But at a later time, all 5 of them are being called. Yeah, you can immediately see how each of them are actually corresponding to each other when a hit actually comes to your website. Yeah, so you can see the different microservices, how each of these are actually happening, and immediately you can track the errors. You can see the red color here, so that means there's some error, and you can go down to the drill down level to see how each of the microservices are actually calling each other. So it's actually happened across the different microservices, and yeah, which one is being called. Yeah, so you can know exact detail of what's happening. Yep. Again, this one will show you the error. So you can see the red dots and the green dots. Yeah, basically the red dots tells you the error, and the green ones are the success. So this is over time. You can actually have a quick view over time how the errors are coming. So without reading the log at all, or even changing your code. Yeah, many of this actually happen without you writing a single line of code. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. So as you can see here, the traces here will tell you exactly whether it's 200, 500, or what kind of HTTP error that will give you immediate information on knowing what to do next. Yep, and the exceptions, yeah, you can see the different exceptions will be identified, yeah, and also what method call is actually causing it, yeah, and a summary of it with the percentage count and so on. So yeah, you'll be able to visualize that this must be happening very frequently. I should address this first, right? Other than some of these maybe happen only once, and it could be a rare one. So I will look at the first one first, yeah. And again, yeah, you can actually look at the time that when this problem or error starts to happen. And by fixing the problem, you can immediately see a response change within this graph itself. Yeah, it will tell you exactly which API is actually causing the error. And yeah, you can drill down into the error to analyze and to do your root cause analysis. Yeah, and this one is the SQL. So you can actually see this exact SQL sentence actually is causing a problem. So you can actually drill down further to look at the problem. So this is an example of a root cause analysis. Yeah, so sorry for the size, it's a bit small. Yeah, this is basically the ID that used to correlate the user. So when a user log in, yeah, they will be browsing around. Yeah, so that actually creates one session. So you'll be able to keep track exactly the session when the user logs in, yeah, and they browse around. Yeah, so the whole session is tracked as a whole. Because why? There is a correlation ID that's actually used, yeah, so that it actually can link to each other. So you'll be able to, so when your user complains, yeah, they will tell you, okay, this user is experiencing some issues, yeah. Then by using this ID, you can actually search within the system. Okay, this is the ID that's actually causing the error. Yeah, I found it. This is the user, and this is what happened. So there's one particular session that is taking very long. Yeah, you can look at the bar immediately. You can drill down. This is where the issue is, and then you can drill down to the detail and be able to check just like you do debugging, right? So all this are actually done without you needing to write any code or reading logs altogether, right? So it's just like your debugger, right? Imagine how can you do debugging without a debugger or an IDE, right? So this actually gives you the IDE or capability just like the IDE, be able to do your troubleshooting for microservice. So as mentioned, it actually works with many of the favorite application, Java, PHP, Node, Go, Ruby. Actually works across the entire application stack. Yeah, it provides you this topology, a 3D topology view that you can quickly visualize what's happening between the microservices and also the database. Yeah, at the code level, we mentioned about the profiling, and also it's able to cross the different microservice, yeah, to enable you the information to actually find out what's happening. So yeah, it's actually based on the eBPF. It's actually a kernel-based capability. Basically, allows you to have a lower overhead. Yeah, it actually based on open standard. So it actually provides you a very low overhead to understand your environment because it's using the kernel-based telemetry information. So it provides a full visibility into your network, yeah, a holistic view of your service deployment, and to understand everything in one single place, yeah, all the metrics, traces, events, logs, yeah, and already correlated, yeah, so you can actually make a relationship within them, yeah. So as mentioned, there is no code change required. That's very important. All you need to do is actually change your YAML file through an annotation. Yeah, and it will actually deploy the agent within this, yeah, using the annotation, and it's also automatically updated. So you don't have to go and update it, yeah, by yourself. Yeah, everything is handled for you, yeah, as a managed service. So this is what you get within the container observability. You'll be able to see the 3D topology with all the pod details, yeah, what's actually happening within the pod, and the performance metrics within the pod, whether the CPU and the RAM is actually in accordance to your expectation. And there are many of the performance indicator that's actually provided within the Promiscuous dashboard. Yeah. So yeah, Promiscuous, as you know, is a metrics collection. So it actually collects many of the metrics. It actually provides you an integrated platform where you can compare all the metrics that's being collected. And then from here, yeah, it's actually supporting many of the cloud services. And also for the external application, you can actually make use of the Promiscuous service provided. It's actually a managed service, so you don't have to deploy your own. Most of the time, many of our customers may not know that we offer a managed service for Promiscuous, so you actually can make use of this. You don't have to use your precious resource for your Kubernetes server environment. So everything is managed for you as a managed service. So yeah, you can actually build the entire platform using the Promiscuous service that's managed for you. Yeah, and this is an example how you can look into the problem. So exception occur from, yeah, you identify the exception, then you actually look at the trace and to check where the problem is, and then you drill down, and then you look at the exact line that is causing the problem, yeah, within the container itself. Yep. Last but not the least, AI Ops. Yeah. Basically, AI Ops allows you to quickly automate, yeah, using big data and also yeah, intelligence. So with AI Ops, you used to be having to find out what's actually happening to my environment. Yeah, I don't know what's actually going on within my environment. I probably need to drill down to see, oh, this is a spike. Yeah, there is a spike within my application. There's a lot of load coming in. A lot of time we react to that, right? So with AI Ops, we're able to quickly understand and identify many of this using machine learning and also big data. So we will be able to understand ahead of time. Yeah, we do not react. Yeah, we want to be proactive, right? So with AI Ops, we actually can manage our incident a lot better. So the DevOps and the developer, they will no longer need to understand it, look into the environment yourself. Yeah, but it will actually inform you, okay, there's a spike that's coming in, yeah, and all is done through AI, yeah. So we can detect the abnormal incident and be able to react to it, and also provide you the root cause analysis, and also with chat ops, yeah, together with AI ops, yeah, you can actually use a chat style, yeah. Imagine you are talking to a friend, yeah. Of course, this friend is a computer, so you will be able to be reported some of the incidents directly through a chat style in your instant messenger, be it DingTalk or a Slack. Yeah, you can actually do everything within the your command and be able to control without even logging into the console itself. Yeah. So this is the graph that I want to highlight. Yeah, you can see the top one is the upper limit. So basically, this is not a spike. This is a gradual increase. Yeah. So the AI will know that this is actually within a normal range. Yeah, it's actually, if it's a spike, it will actually hit the upper level, and then it will be identified as abnormally. So in this case, the AI will be able to give you a quick response, yeah, to automatically without you setting a specific configuration, yeah, and able to give you the root cause, what is causing it, yeah, whether it's a N+1 issue, some of the 20 plus root cause will be identified, yeah, within the AIOps platform itself, yeah. So you can quickly understand and react to it. Yeah, if that actually happened in the past, you can actually script some of these things into your response, so you can actually handle it a lot faster. Yeah, if that's a repetitive pattern that's happening. Okay, yeah, this basically shows you how you can actually make use of AI ops and to integrate with the PaaS system to do auto healing. Yeah, so yeah, once you have detected the problem, yeah, you'll be able to trigger the AI and to able to find out where the server node is actually causing a problem, and then it automatically execute the removal of operations. Yeah, so all this actually happened automatically without needing you to log in and try to kick some of the instances and try to find out where the problem is. So the beauty of it, everything is automated. Yeah, so we can manage. Imagine you have thousands of servers or clusters that you need to manage. Yeah, so with this, you actually created a run book that you can program and then be able to do everything automatically. Yeah, so I hope that will give you an idea of how you can actually do operations a lot faster and better. And this is definitely something that will help us to sleep better. I hope everyone can enjoy their life more, right? Yeah. So with that, that ends my last slide, and I thank you very much for your time. Yeah. Thank you.